Well, TGIF YouTubers, yay! Um, so happy Friday to those of you who are off Friday or Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And sorry to those of you who have to work the weekend, like me. I've been working retail since I was like 16 years old, though, so I'm used to working weekends, and I'm especially used to working holidays. Though I do get Memorial Day off this week or this year, and I probably will still be at Churchill anyway. I plan on coming up and seeing the races because I haven't really watched a race here before, except for Derby, and there was just way too many people to deal with. Yep, so paused again for a 20-minute break while I licensed the most people I'll probably license this entire week. It was a mad rush all at lunch. It was really weird. And then my mom called in the middle of it too. I gotta call her back. But so I had a point to this. But I don't remember what that point was. I love when that happens. I curled my hair this morning for work, but you can't tell. It's now very flat. Shit happens. So my day started out whatever. I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning because I couldn't sleep anymore. Just talking to a friend who happened to be up as well. And he mentioned that I try ROTC for Air Force or Army or whoever. So I looked into it, requested some information. The Army ROTC guy is not going to get back to me until next week because he's on vacation starting today. And I haven't heard back from the Air Force ROTC person. But it could be something to look into. That way I would get a degree and go in as an officer, which is more pay, and why not? Kill a few years. Get an education. Milk the government for all it's worth. I'm totally kidding, by the way. That's not the reason why I'm enlisting at all. That is not it. So I'm looking into that. But yeah, woke up at 2 o'clock. Didn't get back to sleep until about 5. Yeah, 5. No, 5:30. Because I remember looking at my clock going, my alarm's going off in 1.5 hours. I can get an hour and a half of sleep. Nope, I got an hour of sleep because of my dog. She woke me up at 6:30. It's like, you know what, there's no point in sleeping anymore. My alarm's going to go off in 30 minutes. I'm just going to be even more tired if I don't get up now. So I went home and got up. So I had an early day, and I'm still like really kind of tired, and I forgot to buy an energy drink this morning, so I had coffee. I made coffee, even though it's crap coffee, because the coffee maker I have, I don't know, it tastes funny. Like, it's not the coffee either, it's the maker, because I have this coffee at home. This maker is just crap. I gotta run vinegar through it or something, I don't know. But, so yeah, trying to stay awake. It's nice to have that little 20-minute mad rush of people because it woke me up a little bit. But on the way to work, I got the best news possible. Okay, not the best news possible, because the best news possible would be that I'm enlisting in the Air Force. No, I got a text from somebody this morning asking if I was home, and I was like, nope, sorry, I'm on the way to Louisville. Why, what's up? She's like, oh, well, I am in town, and I was going to surprise you and everybody else. Guess who this person is? My sister! Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, which is pretty much everybody who watched this, my sister is 5 years younger than me. I don't know, we're really close now, whatever. Doesn't matter what our past is. But she went to New York with me this past year and worked at the Renaissance Fair for the 2 months, and we lived in a tent and trailers occasionally when it was too cold to live in a tent. But she sold roses while we were there, and I worked with the joust company. It was fun. We had a great time. But while she was there, she got offered a job to do leather work for some guy who, well, his name's Chris. He goes all over the country, works the Renaissance Fair circuit, makes leather things like pauldrons and vests and flasks and mugs and all this cool stuff. And his girlfriend does suede, and she makes vests, and she makes just all this really awesome stuff. And so she got to learn how to do all that, and she sells the stuff for them with them at the Renaissance Fairs. But she has been gone since January, because in January she went to Florida, and then from Florida they went to California, and now they're on their way back for New York. Not next month, but the month after next. But they have like a break in June. Her birthday is in June on the 13th, so she's coming home for it. Well, I thought she was going to be here on Wednesday, because that's what my mom told me this morning. Turns out she's in town now. I didn't think I'd be this excited, but like, she told me she was in town. I was like, I am going to turn my car around, go back to Lexington, screw you, Churchill. My sister's home. So I can't wait to go home and see her because I'm super excited to see her because I haven't since January and I really miss her. I didn't think I would miss her this much. And it was really weird. Like driving the car, I was like, oh my God. She told me, she's like, oh, I'm in town. I'm like, are you seriously home? And she's like, yeah, I am. I was like, I'm gonna cry. I don't know why, but I'm gonna cry. I'm an emotional mess today. Don't even get me started on it. But so yeah, I'm super excited to go home and get to see my sister again because I love her and I'm super jealous of the fact that she gets to tour the country and sell stuff at Renaissance fairs because the Renaissance fair is amazing. But that's for an entirely different video. I will touch on the Kentucky Renaissance Fair that is happening in Eminence, Kentucky, which is right outside Shelbyville, every weekend in June and the first weekend in July this year. And you need to go because it's beautiful and love and so much fun. Okay, maybe I'll touch on it in this video. I'm going to talk about the Renaissance Fair now. So the Kentucky Highland Renaissance Festival is every weekend in June and the first weekend in July. I don't know what the cost to get in is because I usually get in for free because I usually work it, which means I'm not really in, I'm working. But I don't know the times either, I'm sorry. But their website is just kyrenfair.com. Really easy to look up. You can Google it. They're on Facebook. All this cool stuff. I'm sure they have a Twitter. But it is probably one of the best times you will ever have in your life. I don't know why it's so amazing. It just is. The people, the cast, the acts. I can personally vouch that the Joust Company is amazing. They're hilarious. They're great people. I love all the knights. I love all the horses. I love the owners. They're just amazing, fantastic people. The cast, I'm friends with a couple of them, and I know that they are all amazing people as well. They take their job very seriously. They're talented out the ass. I don't know the acts personally, but I've seen a bunch of them, and they're all really, really good. And you should go see them because they're just awesome. And not to mention all these acts and the actors and stuff, but there's also a whole lot of vendors. They're all pretty much all local for the most part, and they do handcrafted goods and wares, and it's amazing. Like, there are 2 blacksmiths. There are a couple people who do leather. There's glass blowers. There's tarot card readers and psychics, and it's just, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and it's a lot of fun, and it's very kid-friendly if you have children. They have what's called the fairy forest, where they have actual characters dressed up like fairies, and they play with the kids, and they do story time, and they do plays, and they do puppets shows, and all this fun, fantastic stuff, and I am super excited for the fair this year. I will only be able to attend one weekend, unfortunately, because of my job with Churchill, and that weekend is my sister's birthday. I will be babysitting one of my friend's little girls while I'm there, because he will be a knight that weekend and won't be able to watch her, and he's coming down for Gentry's birthday because they're friends too. And yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. So if you go, let me know so I can come say hi with my little friend. Her name is Rosalind. She's adorable and I love her and I'm gonna steal her. I'm sorry, Tim, but I am. And yeah, please go to the Kentucky Renaissance Fair and tell all your friends because, well, at least in Lexington, the advertising sucks. I don't know about up in here in Louisville. I hear it's better here, but I don't see a lot of advertising for it in Lexington, and that makes me terribly sad. Like, I heard a commercial for it on the radio once or twice. I heard it on one radio station either way. So they need all the love they can get from all over the state because it is beautiful. There is also a fair in Southern Ohio, just on the other side of Cincinnati. I have worked that fair once. I worked it for one day, school day, so I didn't get to go out and walk around and see things. But it seemed like a nice fair. The Joust Company that worked it was really nice. It's actually the Knights of Valor, I believe is their name. But they did the TV show Full Metal Jousting, which was really cool to meet all those guys. And it was really, really cool to meet all those horses that I was like, I saw this horse on television. I did meet the guy who ran the whole Full Metal Jousting camp thing. He was a nice guy. A little weird, but he was nice. Very, very nice. So yeah, go to the Kentucky Fair, go to the Southern Ohio Fair. The one for Tennessee is already passed. Apparently there's one coming up for St. Louis. And if you can go to the New York Renaissance Fair, go to the New York Renaissance Fair. I swear it's the most amazing fair in the world. I haven't been to a whole lot of them, I know, but still, it will always be probably my favorite fair because it's where I met all of my really good friends who I love and adore and miss all of you terribly, terribly miss all of you. I will be up there one weekend. I don't know which weekend. I'm sorry, honeys. But I'll be there and I'll let you all know and we'll have fun and glorious times. But yeah, this is getting long and pointless, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish it right here to say Ren fairs are amazing. Do them.